Thank you very much for joining today's podcast. My name is Paul Adah. I'm the CEO and founder of Pay4Me. And today we have a very special guest in the name of Mrs. Ubong Idah. She is the CEO and founder at Hilltop Travel Consult. And she's going to be sharing with us today, some amazing knowledge as to why she started Hilltop and how she is helping a lot of people with changing their lives through study abroad, and how Hilltop and Pay4Me is working together to essentially bring study abroad or make study abroad a lot easier for international students from Nigeria and around the world. Thank you very much for joining us today, and you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday. My name is Mrs. Ubong Idah, and I'm the founder and owner of Hilltop Travel Consult. I'm also the lead consultant here, and our services, we specialize in offering personalized travel services and educational consulting services to our clients.
Amazing. Thank you. Sweet. The way we like to do this is we're going to dive into a little bit about your story, kind of like what was the inspiration behind starting Hilltop, how, your service, what services you offer, and how those services has helped change lives of a lot of students. And then maybe if you have a story, an exciting story you want to share with us about one of your favorite experiences with an international student. And then how, your partnership with Pay4Me is essentially making life a lot easier for you as a business and also for your customers. So that's kind of like how we'll take it, and then dive in. So
Okay.
to begin, can you tell us about Hilltop? Like, what was the inspiration behind starting Hilltop? Where did it all started? How did you get into this educational travel consultancy?
Okay, so Hilltop Travel Consult is a company that was bettered out of, is a vision actually that was bettered out of my own experiences. So as at 7, 8 years ago, I also tried to become an international student, and I was trying tuition free countries in Europe. As at then, we had some tuition free countries in Europe, and I had several challenges, and it was really tough and challenging for me. I started this journey with a friend, and she applied to the US and she left. So it was quite challenging for me, and as at that time I just had a change of mind, but I had built my knowledge base. I had built vast knowledge in educational consulting and international student services. So I decided to use this knowledge to help individuals, help Nigerians that were also trying to apply, because I noticed that the same challenges I had at that time, several people were also having these challenges, and I decided that I was rather going to use this knowledge to assist a lot of people.
Sweet. Personally, I believe the best businesses are born out of one's personal experience, right? So,
Ye-
um,
Yes.
it's really nice that Hilltop was more of something that came about due to your own personal experience and struggles with, trying to go study abroad, etc.
Yes.
That's pretty neat. So, um, Hilltop is known for its personalized services, right? When you guys are trying to help people to go study abroad, you essentially, your call to fame is you work with them to personalize their whole experience. In this context,
Yeah.
what does the personalization mean to you, as an individual and also as a company?
Okay, so as an individual, we work to provide tailored services to our clients. As a company, as an individual. We work to provide tailored services to our clients. We are not just providing general travel services. That's why we are an educational consulting or a travel consulting company. So we work to ensure that we interact with our clients to know where they are lacking, what they need, and we provide them with the right guidance to ensure that they have all it takes to be able to either travel or to study abroad. So our personalized services covers all the needs of our clients. We offer a lot of services ranging from documentation, funding, study applications, and so on.
That's amazing. I I I love the idea of personalization, right? Because um, some agencies out there, they have like a one cap fit all approach, right? But the
Yes.
interesting thing is what is good for Paul, may not be good for, Mrs. Ubong. So it just makes sense that you look at the students, what they're trying to achieve, where they're trying to go, and then work with them to essentially meet those goals. I love that a lot.
Yeah.
So, my next question is, how do you like ensure that your students feel supported throughout the travel and study abroad process? One of the things I love is that I want to know that, hey, if I have a problem or if there's something that needs figuring out, I know that my consultancy or my agency has got me. So how do you ensure that, your students feel supported throughout the study abroad journey process?
Okay, so this is a three-way process for us. Number one is through consultation, number two is constant follow up, and number three is consistent feedback. So we have the initial consultation with our clients either before we apply for your admission or before we apply for your visa. Then, after putting in the application, once you have passed a particular stage, like the admission stage, we have another consultation with our clients before applying for the visa. This way they feel supported. And then we have the follow up stage, like if we are asking a client to provide certain documents and there is a delay, so we try to follow up to know how we can come in or how we can assist them in procuring those documents. Then we have the feedback process where we constantly give the client feedback on their applications, and we have different ways of doing this. Once a client has indicated interest and has subscribed to our services, so we open a group chat for the client so that we are able to follow up with the client on their applications and also offer feedback consistently to them.
That's amazing. I think I love the piece around opening up a communication channel, right? Essentially, you
Yeah.
want the customer to feel free to be able to reach out whenever they feel like something is needed or something is off. Um,
Yes.
so if I may ask, what channel do you usually use, in essentially making sure you stay in constant communications with your customers? What channels do you use?
Okay, so the main channel of communication we use is the WhatsApp chat, but then we also have the email, and then they can also reach us via calls. But the reason why we focus on using the WhatsApp chat is because it's an instant messaging app, and the client can reach us at any point in time. And then we also have other of our teammates on the WhatsApp chat. So if you're trying to reach out to one person and that person is not available, or if you drop a chat and one person is not available, there would always be
Somebody
another
else is
person,
able to pick it up.
yes, to respond to that. Yes.
That's amazing. I love that. That's a really good way to keep in touch with your customers and ensure that they are supported throughout their study abroad journey. Um,
Yes, exactly.
so, in the last few years, a lot of students, there was this rave about everybody wanting to go to Canada. Everybody just wanted to go to Canada. I had no idea why. And then there was a time where everybody wanted to go to Sweden. Is it Sweden or Finland? So
Yeah.
I, I think there's always this shift, in what countries people want to go to and to why. And I'm just curious, right? In your experience today, what countries are kind of like the hot cake or the countries that people want to go to for study abroad, and why? What is driving this selection process and this process?
Okay. Now we have the big three currently, and this is the US, Canada, and the UK. So we have the big three countries, and the reason why there's this rave among people, and this is like their most preferred study destinations is because of the immigration policy, because these countries are more receptive of international students as compared to other countries across Asia and Europe. And if you look at their immigration policies, it accommodates families, it accommodates their families. So and there's this opportunity for PR and employment opportunities. So that's why we have the big three, and then we also have other countries on the background that people still want to go to these countries, but most of the times it's after they have tried these big three and they are not able to get in, then they also go for the second option that they have.
Okay, amazing. So people tend to skew towards the big three because of the opportunities to travel with family, to someday settle in the country, and because, of course, they are very straightforward in their processes. Love
Yeah.
that. So what are some of those secondary countries that people go into or people should be looking to go to, from your experience?
Okay, we have there are a lot of amazing countries like Finland. If you go to Europe, you have Finland, you have Malta, you have Sweden, you have Norway, you have Iceland. All those Scandinavian countries. Then you also have if you come to Central Europe, you have France, you have Germany. So these countries are very much open to international students, although there is a language barrier. But it's still, if you look at their GDP, their economy, and all those stuff, you notice that there are also opportunities for international students. Currently, we are also pushing Hungary, and we notice that Hungary has a lot of opportunities and it's cost effective. So students are also moving to, also considering Europe as a second option.
Amazing. So that's a good
Yeah.
segue, right? Because you mentioned that people are now considering Europe, countries like Hungary. And we realize that, some of these decisions are because of, changing visa and immigration policies around the world. How has that affected business? And do you think this is something to be worried about, either for you as a business or for the students that are looking to go study abroad?
Okay, so the major challenges we had started from last year. We had a lot of challenges when you come to the UK and Canada and even the US. We had these challenges because of the shifts in the immigration policy, and that's why Hilltop is. I would still say that we focus on consulting, letting our clients know that this is what is happening and this is the best option for you. So we keep track of immigration policies. We always keep track of those immigration policies, and then we update our clients. And then currently, we've noticed a decline in applications to Canada. And then we also notice an increase in applications to the UK, because the UK has just opened up this option where students can come in with their dependents on the research masters pathway. So we update our clients and we let our clients know that this is the best option for them. And that way, we are able to beat the curve and just tackle these challenges that we have with the immigration, changing immigration policies.
Amazing. I love that. If I was looking to go study abroad today or to relocate with family, I'll probably want to come talk to Hilltop so they can help guide me to make sure I'm making the right decisions. So I appreciate all the work you do. So switching gears here a little bit, we want to talk a little bit about Pay for Me. So how did you come about finding out Pay for Me? That's something I'm always interested to, I'm always excited to know is how our customers, especially our agency partners, come about finding us and the work we do.
Okay, so Pay for Me, the first time I came across Pay for Me was on Instagram. And then they reached out to us for partnership and assistance with paying tuition fee, service fee, and application fee. As at that time, we're having this challenge of making payments via the Naira MasterCard. It wasn't really working. And then we were just starting off. Getting a domiciliary account wasn't a thing for us then, and it's still not a thing for us now because they are always we still keep having some challenges. So when Pay for Me came in and we saw that they could assist us, we made the first transaction, and I saw that the transaction was quite smooth. There was no issue at all. So I was excited. So and that was when I started working with Pay for Me, and Pay for Me has been giving us this opportunity for growth with the mock interview sessions we had with your some of your people, and some of those opportunities that Pay for Me has given to us as an educational consulting agency. So it's really amazing.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And during this period, like you're trying to decide, like what were some of the key things that was important to you, in a payment partner, and why did you choose to start working closely with Pay for Me? As the CEO, you have the decision to say, hey, we can work with these guys or not. So what are some of those things that kind of like made you, make that call?
Customer support. One thing I love about Pay for Me is the customer support. If there is any issue with, in fact, I've never experienced any issue with transaction, but once I just decide to transact via Pay for Me, the payment is processed almost immediately. Like there's this same day payment that they do for agents like us. And in fact, there was a time a client wanted to pay an accommodation fee in France, and I came to Pay for Me. It was on a weekend, and that transaction was done. So I really appreciate the customer support, and that's why I still love to work with Pay for Me up till today.
Amazing. Thank you very much for sharing that. We love, providing excellent customer support because we understand that it's not that something is not going to go wrong or someday people will, not need us. We try to make sure that, transactions and everything happen smoothly, right? But in the off chance that, there's a need for support, we try to always be there to provide support. So thanks for the accolades. Um, so, what role has Pay for Me played essentially in the growth of your business, right? And this can be either as regards to previous experiences, current experience, or as you plan for the future, right? How you see Pay for Me being a part of your business growth story.
Two things that Pay for Me has done to help in the growth of our company. And the first one is visibility, and the second is trust. Because our clients trust us now that if they send in the application fee on their service or their service fee, they are sure to like get the payment done because we transact with Pay for Me. So whenever they send us a payment or to make for them, we use the Pay for Me app, and the transactions goes through smoothly. So it has helped us to build that trust, and more and more customers are trusting us. And then secondly, is the visibility. Pay for Me gave us a platform to have some sessions with them on Twitter, on Google Meet, and all of that. So it also increased the visibility for our business.
Amazing. And we hope as people are watching this, once it goes out, that, this would also provide people who are looking for, the best travel study abroad consultancy to work with. This would provide them with an avenue to come reach out to you. And I think
Yeah.
that would kind of like concludes kind of like the questions. And in closing, I just wanted to, want you to talk a little bit about, the top three things you can help international students with today, and how they can reach out to you and or your team if they need help with some of those things.
Okay. So at Hilltop Travel Consult, we can assist international students in the processing of their study applications to any country. In fact, we've spread our partnership to schools in North America, Europe, Asia, and several other countries. So we can assist students with their study applications, and it's a seamless process. Secondly, we can also assist students in accessing funds to study abroad. We assist with scholarship applications, we assist with loans and all of that, just to enable everybody that are looking to study abroad with or without the funds. We can help you access funds and scholarships to study abroad. And lastly, and but not the least, we can also assist with the documentation process. We guide our clients on how to get the right documentation for their applications, and we ensure that these documents that they are providing, they are genuine documents to facilitate the processing of their study and visa applications.
Amazing. And how can customers reach you, potential customers reach you?
On our social media pages, Hilltop Travel Consult on Facebook, Hilltop Travel Consult on Instagram and TikTok, and then our email info@hilltopeduconsult.com, and then on our WhatsApp +234 8086161899. So our customers can reach us on WhatsApp, but the major option to and the fastest way to reach us is on Instagram. Just send us a DM and we'll respond to you.
Amazing. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. We would provide all of that information for if you're trying to reach out to the Hilltop Educational Consult team. We would provide all of that information, their email, their phone number, their WhatsApp, their Instagram in the body, in the section when we post this video. I really appreciate your time, coming to chat with me here on today's episode of this podcast. I appreciate the work you are doing. I also appreciate the opportunity to work with you and your team. And we're really excited about our continual partnership and growth as you continue to grow Hilltop and as we continue to grow Pay4Me. And I just want to say thank you once again.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We really appreciate it, and we love Pay4Me. We love Pay4Me a lot.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You have a good rest of the day.
All right. Bye.